If you've experienced trauma and you've done the therapy, CBT, talk therapy, maybe even EMDR, you've tried meditation, you've cleaned up your diet, and you still wake up exhausted, tense, and in pain, there is something missing. I'm Nancy Ma, physical therapist and yoga teacher, and I've spent over 20 years helping women understand this truth. Trauma doesn't just live in your mind, it lives in your body, in your fascia, in your tissues, in your nervous system. And you can't just think your way out of something that's physically stuck. You have to physically move through it. And today, I'm going to show you the science behind why the physical practice of yoga can and will release trauma that's been locked in your body for decades, even when nothing else seems to work. So there's a reason why yoga works when therapy and diets don't. So if you've done the therapy sessions, you've taken the supplements, you've tried the meditation app, here's what's missing. Most of those approaches treat trauma as if it only lives in your thoughts or your chemistry. But trauma is also stored as physical tension in your fascia, your muscles, and your nervous system. So talk therapy, while it does and can help you understand what happened, and that does matter, but understanding alone doesn't release what's now physically stuck. You can learn to rewire your mind. Yes, and that's something I absolutely do teach. But you also need to move your body. Supplements and diets support your systems, but they cannot unlock survival energy that's been trapped in your hips, your pelvic floor, your shoulders, or your jaw that's been there for years. Okay, let me just explain what trauma is for a second before we go further. Trauma is when there is an experience that has left an imprint on your nervous system and your body has tagged that experience as being unsafe. And unless you learn how to release that trauma, anytime there is any trigger that is related to that experience or tag in any way, shape, or form, it can trigger a physical, stressful, or mental episode. So we're not talking about big, scary trauma. We're talking about all types of trauma. It's the same thing. It leaves an imprint on your nervous system. So research shows that after trauma, the insular cortex, which is the part of the brain that connects body sensations to our emotions, goes completely offline. So you have this mind-body disconnection. And this means that you literally lose access to what your body is holding onto because your mind does not connect to that sensation anymore. So why yoga is powerful, because it addresses all three layers of your experience: your mind, your body, and your soul. So it can calm your nervous system using tools like meditation, and it reconnects to your body sensations, which talk therapy often misses, and it physically releases what's stuck, which is the physical practice of doing different yoga poses, and that's something that your supplements or diets can't touch. So again, your body doesn't just need understanding, it needs safety, permission, and movement. So the thing about healing is that you can't heal what you don't feel. And after years of being in survival mode, most women are so disconnected from their bodies. They live in their heads while the body communicates through tension, fatigue, pain, and inflammation. But this is where trauma-sensitive yoga is different. It uses invitational language. So, for example, you might hear a yoga teacher say, notice what you feel. Move in a way that feels right for your body. You choose. This isn't about pushing or forcing. It's about being present with yourself, mind, body, and soul, without judgment. And that's not just being kind to yourself, it's actually a neurological necessity. When you're invited rather than commanded, when you speak to yourself with kindness, your nervous system starts to feel safe again. And when it feels safe, it won't release cortisol and it won't activate your immune system. Studies have shown that emotions have a body-based component. Anger often lives in the chest or in the liver, fear in the stomach, grief in the hips and pelvis. But after trauma, access to those sensations gets shut down. So yoga creates a safe container to reconnect parts of yourself that you thought you lost. And healing begins when you stop forcing your body and telling what to do, and instead you start listening to your body. So what I love about yoga is that it teaches you that your body isn't your enemy and it's not your slave. Your body is your partner. She's been protecting you this whole time. This is why you have flare-ups. The pain, the inflammation, the tension, it's your body saying, hey, this is not for us. This life is not aligned. This doesn't feel good. And when you live so much in your head and you're so disconnected to your body, then life will continue to not feel good. So one of my clients, she had what she would call a normal childhood, but after a painful breakup in a relationship, she carried trauma in her hips and pelvic floor, and she struggled for a long time with confidence, body image, and trust. Through yoga, she was able to open up her body physically, which helped her feel grounded, stable, and connected to her breath. She became stronger and more flexible in her body. And as her body opened up, so did her mind. And that physical shift allowed her to build healthy relationships again until she eventually met her husband. Okay, let's pause for a minute. If you're realizing right now that your body has been holding something you haven't been able to reach through therapy or supplements alone, I have something that may help. I created a free inflammation indicator test that helps uncover the real roots of inflammation, anxiety, and chronic stress. It's free, takes about 5 minutes, and you can get instant results and a personalized plan based on your score. So my clients tell me it's been a complete game changer. So the link is in the description below. So going back to movement and healing trauma, movement releases what words can't. So when trauma happens, your body prepares to act, to fight, or to run, but often it can't. And that incomplete response gets locked into your nervous system and shows up later as tension, anxiety, pain, or chronic inflammation. Your body is still trying to finish what trauma interrupted, and that's why talk therapy alone is often not enough. You can understand trauma intellectually and still feel it physically. Yoga gives your body a safe way to complete those unfinished responses, and research shows that movement combined with breath activates the parasympathetic nervous system, which is the rest and digest and heal state, and it helps rewire stress responses. So studies on trauma-sensitive yoga practice show reduced PTSD symptoms and improved insular cortex function. So you're not just stretching when you do yoga, you're literally connecting your mind to your body and you're releasing stored survival patterns. Again, so hip openers can release grief, spinal twists can release anger, breath tells your body the danger is over, you are safe, and you can't think your way out of trauma locked in fascia. Your body needs movement to let it go. So I want to be clear about this. Many people feel hesitant because they think yoga has all these religious and spiritual contexts that aren't for them. But when you treat yoga practice as a physical mind-body connection, because yoga does mean union of your mind to your body and your spirit. Whatever your spirit and faith you have, you can still use yoga to your healing benefit because it's about connecting your mind to your body and your breath with your faith. With yoga, you can learn to slow your mind and become aware again. So trauma creates disconnection and yoga restores connection. It helps release fear by teaching your body moment by moment that it's safe to be here. If you're watching this, your body has been holding this tension and trauma maybe for years. It's just waiting for the safety it needs to finally let go. And if you don't have time to figure this out all on your own, or you're running into a wall, this is why I offer a free energy activation call. On this call, we explore what your body has been holding on to, why it doesn't feel safe to release, and we will create a personalized plan that supports your healing, mind, body, and soul. So you can book a free session using the link in the comments below. And if you resonate with this video, please like, subscribe, and leave a comment. I'd love to hear what your body has been trying to tell you. And when you do this, it also lets me know to create more free content like this. There's so much more on this channel about healing your nervous system and releasing what your body's been holding on to. So keep watching, keep learning, and remember, your body does know how to heal when it finally feels safe. I'll see you in the next video.